Donald Trump, Richard Branson, and Oprah Winfrey all have one thing in common. They are very powerful personal brands. And they have cultivated their brands to the point that they are so profitable that they can command, and do command, $1.5 million for a keynote speech. That is staggering. So when we go, if I ask you to go onto the streets and say, so who's actually Knoote-Parke? And they go, who? Who cares? Personal branding is that gives you the power to be recognized. When I arrived from South Africa 10 years ago, I arrived in Adelaide from Johannesburg. Let's put this into context. From one big city to a little city. And I came here with the attitude that I just absolutely knew it all. I was arrogant. I was South African. I was confident. We're famous for that. But hey, we make stuff work, don't we? And when I got to Adelaide, I was very, very concerned about the fact that nobody knew who I was, let alone gave a rat's bottom. They didn't care. I want to share a little story with you about the process that I went through and the heartache of what happened to me and how I came to be where I am today. I went for this interview at, I'm not allowed to say, but you have to use your imagination here, but it was the most conservative environment, traditional organisation in the whole of Adelaide. And I went for this interview decked out in my navy blue suit, as we do, and I rocked up there, and to my surprise, there were 4 people in the room. And my very first question to them was, who are you? And they said, well, we interview you. And I said, well, what's the point? What a waste of time. Haven't you got better things to do? It only really needs one person. But this is how I started. I'm going well here. I'm thinking, okay, well, anyway. So I'm kind of getting into the things, you know, the swing of things. And there was a really grumpy old man there. He was a very grumpy, florid, very unpleasant character. But anyway, and he was quite rude to me. And I turned around and I said to him, you know, you remind me of my late father. He was also a cantankerous, grumpy old bastard. More points, tick, yeah. The piece de résistance. They said to me, so tell me, Ashley, why did you send us your CV? Full colour, A3, graphics, pictures, folded to A4, stapled together, looked like a mini magazine, because that's where I come from. And he said, why did you send it to us? And I said, well, it got your attention, duh. And I said it like that. And he said, oh. And I said, well, just be grateful I didn't send you a pair of asbestos gloves. And he said, and why would that be? I said, just because I'm just too hot to handle, man. End of interview. Thank you. This attitude, this South African brand that I had, I realized I was butting heads against a brick wall. And I realized at that time that I had to do something to change. And I had to start to conform. And I hate the word conform, but I had to start fitting in. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. And I had to start fitting into my new land, the land of which I have now adopted. Now, they didn't want to adopt me because I had this attitude. So I had to develop a new brand. So I set about 10 years ago developing and building this new brand. And my goal was to become this powerful purple poppy. Because that's what personal brands, true powerful brands are. They are purple poppies. And if you look around the room and you look at people who stand out and get your attention and get noticed. I'm seeing bright colours. These are people that are attracting my attention. What is it about their personal brands that is drawing us to them? It's kind of like the magpie with the shiny things. We're attracted to them, and through their personal branding, they are able to articulate the value that they offer us. Now, I only have 7 minutes to do this, and I've probably eaten right through the whole lot, because I've prepared for this for 2 days, and none of this that's coming out of my mouth is in my preparation. Thanks to Jennifer and Michelle. But there are three things I want to leave you with today. Number one, in order to be a powerful purple poppy, you have to be noticed and memorable. Now, I know that's 2, but it's actually 1 point. So please write this down. You have to be noticed and memorable. In order for you to command a presence, you have to be noticed. You cannot afford to blend into the sameness of the landscape. And you need to stand out of the crowd and be noticed and attract those people to you and get them curious and say, hey, you look really interesting. I want to come and talk to you. And be memorable. When was the last time that you did something that left a long and memorable, lasting impression to someone in your environment? So be memorable. The second thing, be understood and relevant. The moment you are understood, people get that you can offer them a value, and they understand how important it is that you are to them. And relevance. Relevance. If you're not relevant, you have no purpose. And make sure that you are relevant and that you're not obsolete. The third and last thing is to be referred and preferred. We need to be referred to amongst one another. And you cannot be a one-hit wonder. So be preferred. So in summary, Richard Branson, Donald Trump, Oprah Winfrey, make way, because Purple Poppies have landed. Thank you.